Money Matters. We are talking about today Social Security. You know, oftentimes when you take Social Security, you kind of contemplate, when should I take Social Security? Should I take it at the earliest state, which is 62, or should I wait to full retirement, which is, for some people is 66, other people is 67, depend on your age and when you was born. For me, it's 67. That's full retirement age. But as I've stated in previous videos, I took mine early, and I took mine early after I did the calculation of how long it would take me to recoup over 5 years of monies that I've lost by not taking it at 62. So when I did the math from 62 to 67, how much money I would actually not get between that time and how long it would take me at 67 to recoup that money that I didn't get, I decided to take it early. And I've heard from different financial advisors, they also say that you can take it early. Some people, even though if you don't need a Social Security, if you took Social Security at 62 and you put it in a Roth IRA or something like that, some kind of account, and then it grew, if it grew tax-free, you would end up making a whole lot more money within those 5 years than if you had not taken it. So it kind of depends on you and where your situation is and how your financial status is at that particular time.
So, as with everything else in life, you are always going to be penalized for most things that you do contrary to the organization or the facility that you are dealing with. So for Social Security, there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. So it is advantageous to kind of study it before you jump into your Social Security age bracket. So for people that retire prior to their retirement age, you have to look into that, because there's a lot of pros and cons. Some people want to work till full retirement age, others do not. We personally don't recommend doing that, but you don't know where your lifespan will end. So the sooner that you draw from your Social Security, the better in our opinion, and the calculations equate to that. So if you retire before full retirement age, regardless of what your year would be based on your date of birth, then you would have to look at the fact that $22,320 is all that you're allowed to make annually on your own outside of Social Security before your benefits are affected. If your benefits are affected, you will be assessed a penalty of $1 for every $2 that you make. And that is per individual. Now, if you're filing as a married couple and you're filing jointly and your income exceeds $34,000, then you will be assessed a penalty as well. That penalty will be in an assessment of up to 85%. That equates to $1, I believe, for every $3. Am I right?
I think that's correct.
Okay, so, and then once you get to full retirement age and you make over $59,000, you will still be penalized for any monies that you accrue outside of your Social Security in addition to the money that you're drawing from them. So if you make over $59,000 at full retirement age, you will be penalized $1 for every $3 that you make.
That's right. That's right. So you see that the government really don't want you to make any money out when you start collecting Social Security. They penalize you, and as it's been stated before, for making over a certain amount. When you take monies at 62, your Social Security, you basically is going to take an 8% deduction for every year that you've taken it. So for 5 years, so in a situation like me, going to 67 is my full retirement. So it's 8% for every year that I took it early. So, you know, a lot of people, you hear the financial advisor says, well, take it as soon as possible. Some says, well, wait to the full amount, 4 years, which is 67. Some people will like wait to 70. But then with me, you never know how long you're gonna live. Nobody knows how long they're gonna live. And then it's been rumors for years, people talking about, well, they may end up doing away with Social Security, may run out, this, that, and other thing. So I always said that, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Give me my money now, and then I can invest it even if I don't need it and do other things with it. Because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring.
And to add to that, what you're saying is, from a biblical perspective, the Bible says, number your days and apply wisdom. Nobody knows where their end is, as Maurice has said. But the Bible also says that we're promised 70, which is 70 years. A score is 20 years. So if you look at 70, that's 60, and 10, that's 70. And by reasonable strength, and these days will be full of trouble, you'll get an additional 10 years. So when you look at that in the scientific realm, life expectancy is only 78 for females.
It's about 78.
And 77 for males. So if you work until full retirement age, whatever age that may be, you may work till you're 67, as that's our retirement for full age, would be 67. By scientific standards, you would only have perhaps maybe 10 to 11 years left if everything goes well. We've come through a pandemic, we have influenza, in addition to cancer, and all these other different types of things. So you have to look at it from the perspective of how long will you live.
And a lot of things factor in that. When you think about, well, how healthy have you been? Are you overweight? Do you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or those type of things? Then all those things kind of factor in on how long you live. Have you gone to the doctor and got checks up? And, have you taken care of your health over those years? All those things factor into how long you're going to live. There was a study done that talked about that people died in poor black communities at a higher rate than other communities. So I kind of looked into it. Why are people dying from diabetes or the effects of diabetes in the black community more so than other people in other places? And it came down to not having the proper health care and not taking care of their health, not having the medication, not having all those essential things that you need to try to help prolong your life. If you don't go to the doctor, you don't find out what's wrong with you, or you can't afford your medication, and those things factor in. So if statistically, that's why we end up dying as black people at a faster rate than other people. So it's a lot of things to factor in. You got to look at that as you go forward and you prepare for your retirement. Social Security is there to be a help as far as your day-to-day living and your monthly and your yearly income. But if you didn't prepare for that, you can find yourself in a bad situation. So until next time, this is Maurice with Maurice Money Matters.